Our next stage is to make a stencil online of our image. So you've created an idea board. So I have mine on Pinterest, and here I have just some examples of some cool ways that they've done a Zentangle portrait that I thought were pretty cool. And some of them were just like a little bit of design. Some of them they put the designs on the face. Some of them it's just all the hair. I even have some examples of different patterns, but I decided for my portrait, somebody that I want to do is Jimi Hendrix. This whole quarantine I've been sort of into music, so I downloaded a couple images of Jimi Hendrix. So what you're going to need to do is you need to click on some of these images. I think so far this might be the best image that I could use for my actual project. So you need to download this image here for your the image that you want to use for your stencil. You need to actually have it downloaded on your Google Drive. And of course, if you already have it on your Google Drive because Pinterest wasn't working for you at school, then you're all ready to go. So I don't have a Chromebook, but all you need to do is just two-finger tap on top of it, right? And then you save the image as. Another option is that we looked at is you can actually, if it's not letting you two-finger tap and save it, you can actually just do like a little screenshot of your image by hitting Control and Shift and then the switch key, and then something will highlight and you can just drag across there. And again, I talked about that in our last tutorial, and if you need help with that, then you just look at our last tutorial or message me and I'll make sure that you know how to do it. Once I have my images saved, I actually saved a couple of them just in case. I'm going to show you how to create your stencil. So just a warning, some photos that you're using from the internet are going to turn out for a stencil better than others. So if the first one you're not happy with, find another picture and use that. And that's why it was important to make sure that when we do our image search, that we have like a high quality, a large size file. So the link that we're using, it's called stencilcreator.org. So I do have the link right here, or you can type in, of course, stencilcreator.org, and I have it already up here. So this is a great website, and you know, as a street artist, we do lots of different things with stencils. So this is going to be really handy to know how to make stencils. So I'm going to create a new stencil by hitting the plus button. Okay, then I got to upload my image, and the first one I want to try, so I'm going to give this one a shot because I really like how it's focused on the face. I think there's some cool stuff that I can do with this, so I'm going to select my image and I'm going to open it. What it's going to do, it's going to load a few different options. Really for us, for what we're doing for our project, we're kind of just looking at the black and white sort of part of it. So if I scroll through, I can just tap these and have a look at different options. So ideally, something like this would be what we're looking for if it was opposite. I don't like the black and white is kind of, they've got it opposite for me, for my liking. So I'm just going to look at other ones, and any one of these actually will do. So if I'm looking at this, really what I'm interested in is just the solid black areas. All the other colors are kind of cool. If I was going to do like a cool 4-layer stencil, that would be awesome with spray paint, but really what we're interested in is just the black areas here, and that's what we're going to work with, and that's what we're going to trace. So any of these are actually really cool. So this one's actually pretty clear too. This one for me, because there's only 3 colors, it's easier for to see, so I'm going to go with that one. So you want one that has the clearest. Ideally, if there was a solid black and white one that turned up for you, that's the one that you would pick, but they've got the colors inverted, so I'm going to go with this one. So that's the one I want. I'm going to say next steps, because of what I want to do is I really want a high quality image of this. So I'm going to go next steps. What is really neat about this website in creating stencils, say I wanted to create 3 layers of stencils and I was going to spray paint 3 different colors, it actually has it all laid out for me to make 3 individual stencils. Of course, we're not doing that right now, unfortunately, but this is a nice to know sort of thing. I just want the full stencil, kind of the image that I'm showing you. I want to be able to save that and then use that to trace later on. So just be patient. This is going to finally come up. So if I was creating this image with 3 different colors, then I would have the background spray painted totally white or the wall painted white. This would be my second stencil that I cut out, and that would be my second color of a dark brown, and this would be my third stencil that I cut out, and it would be a lighter brown. But we're not doing that. That's just kind of nice to know and cool that we might use later. I actually just want this image here. So I don't have a Chromebook, but you're going to 2-finger tap. I can right click and you're going to save image as, and it's going to come up. It's actually an SVG file, which is totally fine. And I'm going to save it somewhere. And I already have it, so I'm just going to cancel, but it's already there. Okay, so that's the image that I need. So just to show you like a difference, I'm just going to show you another image that I picked. I picked this one too, which I thought was kind of cool because I thought I could do some really neat stuff perhaps with his guitar and do some cool designs kind of in his outfit and everything. So I thought, why not try this as a stencil and see how it works out. Ooh, look at this one. Okay, so actually this one worked out well. So you can see, actually this is perfect. There's some really neat black and white sort of images here. So this is really cool for me because I could use this image and I can trace it. So I would do the same things. I would go next step and I would continue it, and then I would save this image. I think this would be a really cool image to work with as well. So anyhow, I'm going to work with my first image that I used for Stencil Creator. Now, this is when it gets a little tricky, and I don't want you to freak out because I can totally help you with this. If you are in class with me right now while we're doing this, or if you're going to be in class with me the next day, what you can do is right here, you can actually hand in that image for me, hand it in here. So just upload that image and I can print it for you. And if you're in class with me, then you can trace your image using a light table. If you won't be in class with me, then totally don't freak out because the next lesson I'm going to show you how you can trace your image both with the light table and both with not printing your image out, but actually using your Chromebook as a light table. Okay, so again, if you are in class with me and you want me to print this and we're going to trace it in class, and you can just hand it right in here for me. Okay, so that's it. That's how you make a stencil. So you may have to play around with a few images to find your favorite one and then just hand them in when you're ready to go. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so let's move on to our next lesson.